the substance, translucent, transparent. Translucent, transparent. Oil paper, what we can say here, oil paper, ventilator glass, ventilator glass, the same time glass, colorless, polythene cover, colorless, polythene cover. Coming to talk about that question is, oil paper comes under what type of substance as per the table, So talk before that, transparent, what we can say, transparent, translucent, opaque, both A and B. And coming to that, one more to talk for that. Objects which form shadows, objects which form unclear shadows, objects which don't form shadows. Okay, to talk for that, let's talk stone, wall, book, then window glass, oil paper, then coming to that, car glass, air. So from that we are going to raise the question, car glass, air are the example of. So to talk for that, opaque material, and then translucent material, transparent material, then B and C. Look once what we written on board, substance we given and of translucent and transparent. From the translucent, what we get, what they given in the question, oil paper, ventilator glass, oil paper, ventilator glass, and transparent glass, colorless polythene cover. Among the table, from the table, question is, oil paper comes under what type of substance as per the table? Look once, they are asking to you, oil paper Where is the oil paper? So this is oil paper is related to the translucent from the table. Of course, what is that? Translucent. Coming to that, object which forms a shadow. Object which forms a shadows. Stone, wall, book. Those we can consider in opaque substances or opaque objects. Objects which form unclear shadows, those are window glass, oil paper. Unclear means they are able to allow the partial light through them. So that's why we can say those are translucent substances or translucent materials or objects. Objects which does not form shadows, which don't form shadows means they can allow complete light through them. The materials which can allow complete light through them, those are called glass and air. These are best example for transparent materials. What we can say, transparent. This is example for opaque. This is example for translucent. And this is example for transparent. So from that, our question is car glass, air are the example for. So what about that transparent material? What is that? Transparent material. Note on that. Coming to the back. Statement 1. Objects which forms shadows are opaque substances. Then statement 2. Air and glass are opaque substances. So I have to make true or false, which is true and which is false. And then coming to the next thing, why some objects form shadows and others do not. And others do not. To talk for that, some objects cannot pass light, through them. Next thing is all objects cannot pass light through them. And all objects can pass the light To talk for next, some objects are dim and dark. The next question is what may be or what may be image in pinhole camera, if the light does not travel in straight line, then talk to that straight image, shapeless image, slant image, and then all. The next thing is find the odd one out. So to talk for that, A call front glass, lantern chimney or lantern chimney, oil paper. See that Find the wrong statement. Shadows are not colored. Then images are colored. Shadows shows complete object. Image shows complete image object. Yeah, look once. What we written on board? Look carefully. Statement 1. Objects which form shadows or opaque substances. See once. Objects which form shadows or opaque substances means when the light passes a straight line path, the opaque objects are obstructed to that. By that, what happens? Shadows are forming. Otherwise, the bodies which does not allow the light completely through means the bodies which do not allow the light through them, those we can say opaque substances. Of course, by the opaque substances, shadows are forming. So what about that? Statement 1 is true. Then what about statement 2? Statement 2 is air and glass are opaque substances. Air is a best example for transparent substances. Same as to the glass also. So it is a false statement because those two given, air and glass, are example for transparent substances. What is that? Transparent substances. And coming to that next thing, why some objects form shadows and others do not? Read one carefully. Why some objects form shadows and others do not? So of course, some objects can form shadows, some objects do not form shadows. Because of the objects which are forming shadows, they are opaque substances. They cannot allow the light through them. Means some objects cannot pass light through them. All the objects cannot pass light through them. See, these two are similar, but in the first statement they given some objects. Of course, all objects are not opaque substances. Okay, all objects are not opaque. So some objects only cannot pass the light. That's why shadows are forming. Okay. Some objects will allow the light, some objects will allow partial light through them. Which allowed complete light through them, those we call transparent substances. Which allowed partial light through them, those we call translucent substances. Coming to that, what may be imaged in pinhole camera if the light does not travel in straight line? If light does not travel in straight line through the pinhole camera, generally when light enters through the pinhole camera, it forms real image and inverted image. What you can say? Real image and inverted image, because image captured on the screen already we discussed. So if size of the pinhole camera increased, if size of hole of a pinhole camera increased, the multiple light rays are allowed, then image will be blurred. Disturbed image will form. Coming to the topic, what may be imaged in pinhole camera? How the image in pinhole camera, if the light does not travel in straight line, then what we can say? See here, shapeless image we may get. Shapeless image. So find the odd one out. Air is a transparent, car front glass is a transparent, and oil paper is a translucent, and a lantern chimney. Lantern chimney. See here once what we can say. See carefully to that, which is different from that. Of course, which is different. It is a translucent, and this is a transparent, and this is a transparent. And what about? We can notice that. See, find the wrong statement. What is that? Find the wrong statement. Shadows are not colored. Of course, shadows are dark in space. Images are colored. Of course, the image forms same as an object. Shadow shows complete object. Is it clear? Did you learn? Did you listen? This what we finish in our class. Shadows formed complete object. Our image shows complete object. Only images shows complete object. Shadows does not form complete object. It is a wrong statement. Note on that. This is a translucent, remain whole or transparent. Okay, that is the odd one now. come back to discuss some more. Light causes the dash. Sensation of small sensation of small sensation of sound sensation of sight and sensation of touch. Okay, then coming to that, the path which light energy travel, the path which light energy travels in a given direction is called, what we can talk for that, beam of light, then source of light, ray of light, quantity. Next, coming start for that, the stars are the example for. The stars are the examples for, or to write for that, luminous, non-luminous, and both A and B, neither A nor B. Next, coming to that, a point source of light, will always produce a parallel beam, convergent beam, and divergent beam, then all. Coming to that, which of the following emits light energy? Which of the following emits light energy? To write for that, cricket, glowworm, bat, rat. Then choose the odd one out. Odd one out. Muddy water, four, smoke, distilled water. Coming to that next, a window glass is usually transparent, translucent, opaque, none. Then coming to that, see once light calls the, what we can see once carefully. Light causes the sensation of smell, sensation of sound, sensation of sight, touch. So what we discussed already, light is a sensation of sight. Okay, it makes wonders. And coming to that next thing is, what is the next thing? The path of light energy travel in a given direction is called, what we can call that? The path of light, the path which light energy travels in a given direction is nothing as light traveling the ray of light. What is that? Ray of light. Then the stars are the example for. Stars means the bodies which gives light by themselves, means by its own, already finished. So those are luminous. A point source of light will always produce as. How like those, it gives always divergent beam. Which of the following emits light energy? So that already know that insect glowworm, what is that? Glowworm emits light by itself. Choose the odd one out. Choose the odd one out, muddy water, foam, smoke, distilled water. See, those whole are translucent, this is a transparent. Okay, a window glass usually, what we can say, a window glass usually translucent. What is that? Translucent. Note on that.